put cropping programs into place and really helping them maximise their production. Good boy, away, away, away. I ended up landing a job over in Melbourne, working for the same seed company, meeting the lovely Caroline there, and we went travelling for a wee while and then decided to come back to the farm to run this beautiful place.
Caroline's from Ireland and had not spent time in such steep country.
Hamish and I have an argument on a daily basis about what is a hill and what is a mountain. So I argue that these are mountains, but he disagrees.
These are just little hills, these little pups. I mean, when you're that close to the sea, you could hardly call them mountains.
When the couple returned to the farm in 2022, they had a plan.
We really wanted to change the way that primary products are supplied. So typically New Zealand exports all of their best stuff, whereas we wanted our local community, our Wellingtonians, to have access to the best quality meat that we can grow. So we thought of the idea to retail the best meat from this farm into Wellington.
They decided to market their meat under the brand Conscious Valley.
We wanted the name to represent the geography of where the meat was coming from, Ohio Valley, so that's where the valley come from. And the word conscious was really Caroline's gem. Enjoy that, girls. We wanted people, when they thought of where they get their meat from, that it was coming from people who have their animals as their number one priority. They want ethically sourced meat. They want to be buying as local as possible, making that conscious decision of where to buy their meat.
I think it portrays how we care for our animals and the piece of land that we've been lucky enough to farm. And everything we do here, we like to consider everything before we implement any change or any new ideas.
The pregnant ewes that Hamish thinks need a boost will be grazed on more sustaining feed.
We've got here Ton 5 Lucerne. It's a new variety that is extremely tough and persistent in dry conditions. What we use Lucerne for is a high protein feed for finishing lambs through the summer-autumn period. Having a deep-rooted legume enables us to grow lots of high-quality, high-protein feed for our lamb finishing. It's enabled us to grow lambs quicker with high levels of fat over their backs. It also gives us flexibility in the springtime because we know that we're going to get a guaranteed bank of feed. From day one, those lambs are grown really well. Every time they come in here, it's like their mouths are magnetised to the floor. They know what they're in and they just lap it up. Legumes are the most palatable plant species for sheep. They're always pretty happy to come in here.
The West Mill Wind Farm opened in 2015, and the rental Hamish's parents received from Meridian Energy assisted the farm through a difficult period.
It really helped them all with some supplementary income to keep them farming here when lamb and beef prices weren't so great. The turbines are a significant part of the landscape. They're very visually impressive. Some people love them, some people hate them, but to me, I think they're incredible.
The turbines and farming sheep were all new to Caroline when she started working alongside Hamish. She has a job in the city, but helps here whenever she can.
It's been a pretty steep learning curve. I'm definitely not from a farming background, but grew up in the countryside in Ireland and did have a couple of uncles who were dairy farmers. So the sheep thing is brand new for me, so I learned a lot in the last 2 years.
Tell you what, Caroline's been like a duck to water to the farm work. She loves the animals and she's just got such a big heart. She grew up right next to her Uncle John's farm, so she's always had a little affinity with stock, even though she's lived in town for the last sort of 15 years. But yeah, she's blown me away with how well she's adjusted to doing a little bit of farm work. We're getting in some ewe lambs. We're going to run them into the yards and give them all a drench. We're also pulling off about 35 of our trial lambs. They're all getting their bloods taken, a fecal sample taken, and that's all for a nationwide facial eczema trial being run by Beef and Lamb New Zealand.
I spend spent 8 years in Australia. Most of those were in Melbourne. So it was a big shift moving from big city lights to the lovely rolling hills of Oharu Valley. But it's been great. It's been such a nice change of pace of life and beautiful scenery. So we're spoiled. And I mean, we're only 20 minutes from the city centre, so we get the best of both worlds. The dogs are a great help, of course. They can probably do a better job than I can. But yeah, I feel like I'm getting a bit of a sense of how to manage stock and a better feel for it when we're out herding the animals. It's pretty fresh. Of course, you get those beautiful sunny days where it's just a dream coming out here on the weekends. It's awfully blustery, and normally I can only last out here a few hours, whereas Hamish, I take my hat off to him. He's out here all day farming rain, hail or snow.
Vet Aidan Smith is here to take samples for the facial eczema research.
Traditionally in our area, where we have summer dry, it's not such an issue. But as things are changing a bit and we're getting more consistent rainfall and moisture content through the summer, it's becoming more of an issue. That's number 3. Part of beef and lamb work is sort of screening and seeing what's happening in different areas, and we're doing more testing in our district.
Facial eczema is a nationwide problem, more predominant in the upper North Island, but it's travelling further south, so I wanted to be part of research to understand what's going on in our area, to be able to provide information for some of our local farmers. Anything we can do in the industry to increase knowledge to help animal welfare is going to be beneficial for everyone.
And the couple gets
Dad,
up
what's
close
that?